Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get started this evening on our back, and we'll start with some nice deep breathing and core work. You can come to your back nice and flat. Maybe take a slight little tuck in the chin to really lengthen out the back of the neck. We'll take our feet to the mat, knees hip distance apart. We'll take our hands to the belly, right at the navel center, and start to tune in to the breath here. As you inhale, feel that expansive quality of your breath. As you exhale, notice how the belly softens, comes back to neutral. Take 2 to 3 more deep breaths here. As you inhale, see if you can get really full, filling up to capacity in the lungs. Exhale, nice and smooth. 2 more. Last one. From here, we're going to start to extend our legs straight up into the air. You can point and flex your toes a few times as you flex, kick through the heels. As you point, really stretch the tops of the feet. If keeping your legs really straight is too intense, you can always take a nice soft bend in your knees. Keep breathing in and out of the belly here. We're going to go ahead and relax those arms down by our side as we walk our legs all the way together. Here, I want you to really engage the legs as you point through your toes. On an inhale, you're going to press into your hands and lift your hips. Exhale, you're going to bring your legs about 6 inches from the mat. Inhale, legs come up, you're going to lift your hips. And exhale. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Let's go 3 more times, moving with the breath, nice and slow, controlled. On this last one, I want you to pause and breathe. Keep drawing the belly button towards your spine, hollowed out core. Take the legs just a bit higher and hold. Inhale all the way up. We're going to draw the knees into the chest and separate them as wide as the shoulders. We're just going to take a little gentle rock side to side. And continuing working that low core, we're going to take our knees in alignment with our hip creases. Our shins will be parallel to our mat. Arms are just relaxed down by your side. What we're going to do here is touch our right toes to the mat. On an inhale, our shins will become aligned, and then exhale, left toes to the mat. Right toes, exhale, left toes. Key here is to keep your core hollowed out, that belly button drawing towards your spine to eliminate any space between your back and the mat. That's what's really going to help you build that lower core strength. Exhale, right side, left side. We'll just keep moving with our breath. We should move nice, mindful, slow. We're really not in any rush here. The slower you move, the more integral you can be with your movement. And that's what we want here. That's where that power comes from. Keep moving for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here, I just want you to draw your knees in. We'll take our hands on top of the hamstrings or behind the knees. We'll just rock and roll up and down the length of that spine. So nice little massage for our spine here. And we'll land in a little seat. So we'll just come into butterfly and stretch out and give our hip flexors a little bit of a break. So we're going to bind those feet and we're stretching knee to knee. We'll walk those heels towards the inside of our thighs, grab the center of our feet, reach through the crown of the head, shoulders back. We'll start to stretch forward. Now here, we're trying to stretch our low back and our groin, so we're pulling our chest forward instead of rounding the spine. So that might mean you can't press all the way to the floor, and that's completely fine. I just want you to take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, we'll press all the way up. We'll support our knees, close our legs like a little book. We're going to do one more core thing before we get to standing. So from here, I want you to come into a low boat first. So we're really engaging our legs here. You can go ahead and separate the knees about hip distance or a little bit more narrow. But start in a support with your hands to the mat. All we're doing is working on retraction of the shoulders. So drawing the shoulders together, opening up the chest and taking our gaze up. From here, we'll start to extend our arms forward, no hands. Keep the chest lifted, keep the core strong. And now we'll start to fully extend our legs and separate them. From here, we're going to lower our right leg. Inhale, it'll come back to center. Exhale, we'll lower our left leg, back to center. Right side, left side, right side, left side, right side, left. Just a few more. We'll draw our knees back in, and we'll just come to a tabletop shape. So after that core work, it'll feel really good to come into some cat-cows. We're going to stack those shoulders over our wrists. Those hips are going to come over those knees, and those knees are hip distance apart. Really connect your hands into the ground here, splaying open through all 10 fingers. On your inhale, you're going to soften that belly, bring the shoulders together, lift the gaze. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your chin, press through your hands as you round your spine. Inhale, nice soft belly as you pull your chest forward. Exhale, round as you tuck your chin towards the chest. One more inhale, big stretch, front of the body. Exhale, round, get nice and empty. Press through your hands. Inhale, we'll find a nice neutral spine. From here, you're going to extend your right leg behind you as you actively kick through that right heel. Check in with your low back. See if you can hug your core. Make sure you're not arching that low back. You want a nice flat spine. From here, we'll extend our left arm forward like you're shaking someone's hand. On an exhale, we're going to bend into our elbow and bend into the knee, lifting the right knee. Inhale, we'll extend. Exhale, knee and elbow bend. Inhale, extension. Exhale, we're bending. 2 more times for 5. Exhale, palm and knee to the mat. We're just going to turn our palms in the opposite direction and massage out our wrist. You can take your shoulders side to side or in circles to help massage out the wrists and stretch out the forearms. We'll just go ahead and flip our palms around and start for the second set. So we'll extend our left leg behind us this time. Really kick active through that left heel. We'll extend that right arm forward. Hug your low core in. Make sure you're not arching that back. And really find that connection in your shoulders. You don't want to collapse in your upper spine either. Everything is nice, strong, engaged. On your exhale, right elbow to your left knee. Inhale, you'll find extension. Next exhale, right elbow bends, left knee is going to come out to your side as you lift. Inhale, you'll find extension. Exhale, you'll bend. Inhale, extension. Last one, exhale. Keep lifting that left knee. Inhale, extension, big stretch. We'll take that right palm, left knee to the mat. Here we'll tuck both sets of toes under and we're going to come seated on our heels. So nice stretch for our feet here. We'll inhale, sweep our arms up. Interlace all 10 fingers and we're going to flip our palms to the ceiling and just give our side bodies a little stretch side to side. From here, we're going to bend into our right elbow, taking our left elbow up, and then we'll gaze up at the ceiling. Left elbow will reach down, right elbow will lift up as we gaze up towards that right elbow at the ceiling. One more time each side. Left side, see if you can really track your elbows back, almost like you're trying to bring your shoulders together. You'll feel a big opening underneath your shoulders here. And right side one more time. Inhale, we'll extend the arms overhead. Exhale, hands will come to the mat. And just go ahead and tap out your toes.
Having them tucked under with your weight bared on them can be pretty intense. So just wake those guys back up. Maybe take a few circles with your ankles if that feels good. And from here, we're going to come into a pose called Beast Pose. We're going to actively press through our hands, laying open wide through all 10 fingers. We'll tuck both of the toes under, and all we're going to do is lift our knees just a few inches from the mat here. So core is hugged in, spine is strong, shoulders are strong, active hands. We're going to trap our knees towards our belly button and hold. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. From here, we're going to take our right knee to our right elbow. On an exhale, we'll touch those right toes back. Left side, right side. And we'll just keep moving with our breath. Stay strong in your core. No collapsing in your spine. Keep moving for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, take our hips high for our first down dog of practice. If it feels good, you can extend your hands a little bit more out in front of you, but make sure you're relaxing your head. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to pedal out our legs here by bending one knee at a time. We'll come to a nice still down dog. Separate your feet as wide as your mat here. We're going to start walking our hands all the way to the feet and meeting at the back of the mat. So from here, neck, head, shoulders are nice and relaxed. There's a deep bend in the knees. We're going to take opposite elbows here and find a little sway side to side. Exhale, you'll release those opposite elbows. Inhale, you'll lengthen halfway. So flat back, shoulders are away from the ears as you extend the spine. So neck is nice and long. 2 breaths here. See if you can tone your belly. Exhale, you'll fold. You'll draw the chin to the chest and inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, shoulders are going to come on to the back. And we'll keep stretching the side of the body here. So you're going to take those feet hip distance apart. Make sure that your toes are in alignment with your knees. You want all 10 toes facing forward here. See if you can really ground through all 4 corners of both feet. So really mounding through the big toes, through the pinky toes, and through both edges of your heels. Nice even distribution of the body weight in those feet. From here, we're going to inhale, reach those arms up. We'll start with the left side first. Right palm to that left forearm. We're going to reach our arm all the way over, and you're using that right grip to pull your forearm over and open the left side of the body. You can take your gaze up or neutral, it doesn't really matter. But keep breathing in and out of the belly so you're opening up the left side of that body. You're going to continuously extend your left forearm forward as you round. And we'll come into that nice forward fold. And take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, you'll slowly roll all the way up. Exhale, shoulders come on to the back. We'll rock out that right side. So inhale, right arm's gonna reach up, left palm to the right forearm. We'll stretch way up out of that waist and then extend all the way over to the left side. Make sure you're toning that low belly. You don't want to arch your low back, so hips are shifted forward, weight in the heels as we reach. Continuously extend the right forearm forward as you round. Nice relaxed head, neck, shoulders as you fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. And exhale to fold. From the back of your mat, you're going to generously bend those knees and then start to extend yourself to a nice high plank position. If you need to take knee plank, you're just going to soften the knees, bring them to the mat. Just make sure you're keeping your spine in an incline so you're still working that core and have that plank going on. So here you have high plank. You'll tuck your toes under. We're protracting the shoulders. All that means is really pushing into your hands and feeling that shoulder engagement, like you're pushing them apart. Here we're going to do some scapula push-ups. So without bending into your elbows, you're just going to shrug your shoulders and lower your chest towards the mat. Exhale, you're going to push that away from you and come back to your neutral plank. Make sure as you lower, you're just shrugging your shoulders and you're not sagging your hips. Exhale, push. Let's go 3 more for a total of 5. Keep that core nice and strong. And exhale, we'll come all the way down to the belly. So here we're going to find dynamic cobra. We're going to walk our hands out wider than our mat and give those shoulders a nice experience. So we're going to tuck our fingertips under, walk those legs together as we actively press through the feet and through the quadriceps. When you do that, you're going to notice that your knees lift away from the mat. That's how active you want your legs. On an inhale, you're going to lift your chest, squeeze your shoulders together, and draw your elbows down and back like you're reaching them towards your hips. Exhale, your chest will lower. Inhale, you'll lift. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, we'll lift. Arms, elbows drawing down and back, and shoulders actively pressing together. Feel your mid-spine, mid-back engaged. Inhale, lift just a little bit taller. Exhale, you'll float all the way down. Walk the hands by the chest. Arms are going to stay nice and tight towards the body. We'll tuck both sets of toes under. Inhale, slowly push all the way up. You can use the support of your knees there. Inhale, we'll take the hips high. Inhale, we'll take that right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot's going to step in between your hands. Left heel's going to spiral down. We're going to inhale, come all the way up for a warrior one position. So the hips are squared to the front of the mat along with your torso and your shoulders. We're stretching back through the thumbs to keep our shoulders open. If you feel like your shoulders are really tight up towards the ears, you're going to take your arms out like a goalpost or hands into prayer over the heart. Back heel is spiral down, so big stretch in the back of the left leg. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. If your hands are in prayer, you're going to take them up. If they're already extended overhead, you're going to come to the ball of that left foot, and we're going to exhale, fold over the right leg. So here we're going to shift our hips forward, left palm to the mat, and we'll inhale, take that right arm high. So from here, we're going to really come up high onto the toes of that back foot and really engage our quadricep. Go ahead and extend the right arm over the ear, shoulders rotating open. You can look up or look neutral. Exhale, right palm to the mat. We're going to take a big step forward. And sit our hips back, weight in the heels as we find chair pose. 3 breaths. Inhale, we'll rise. Exhale, we'll float those arms down by your side. So we'll just notice here. Maybe take the hands, place them somewhere on the body. You can soften the face, soften the eyes. And just notice any heat that has built in the body. I learned today that the release of epinephrine, adrenaline in the body, that we experience as heat, which is fun. The more you know. Inhale, we're going to reach those arms up. And exhale, we're going to fold it forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. We'll take really soft knees, hands to the mat. We're going to step back to a high plank. We have nice warm shoulders at this point from those scapular push-ups. So here we're going to work on that strong chaturanga or a flow. So we'll exhale, lower to low plank, bend in the elbows. If you need knee plank, you're more than welcome to. But from here, we're going to untuck our toes, use your strength to pull your chest through and extend into an upward facing dog. So we're pressing active through the hands, squeezing the shoulders together to support that opening of our heart. We're lifting our gaze. Exhale to down dog. And we'll inhale, take that left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot in between those hands. We'll spiral that right heel down this time. And inhale, rise into warrior one on the left side. So right heel is all the way to the mat, back foot's at a 45-degree angle. And you should feel a nice generous stretch in the back of that right leg. Bend in that front knee. And again, find your arm variation here. So it might look like hands into prayer, arms to goalposts, or hands, arms extended above the head as we stretch back through those thumbs. Exhale, we'll fold over the right or the left leg as we come to the ball of that right foot. Right palm to the mat. We'll inhale, take that left arm high. So we're coming nice and high onto the right toes. So we're really engaging our quadricep. Exhale, we'll extend that left arm overhead as we spiral our shoulder open and breathe. Exhale, left palm to the mat. Inhale, big step forward. We'll sit into our chair, weight in the heels. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Exhale, this time we'll fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll sweep those arms up. Exhale, hands are going to come into prayer over the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Or lengthen halfway. Sorry, y'all. Exhale to fold. Soft knees, hands to the mat, hop or step back to that strong high plank. Here we're going to exhale halfway lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Big front body stretch. Make sure you tone the low belly here so you're not pinching the low back. Exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to switch it up, do something a little bit different. We're going to hover our knees just a few inches from the mat from our down dog. We're going to push our weight back and load the weight into our quadriceps. Arms are nice and extended. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Head is relaxed, nice long neck. From here, we're going to step our right foot to the outside of our right palm. We're going to find mountain climber. So active hands pressing into our mat, strong shoulders as we pull our chest through, coming high onto the left toes, and taking 3 breaths. We're going to spiral that left heel down. We're going to travel all the way to that left knee as we bend into the left knee and fully extend that right leg. So we're going to actively kick through that right heel as we flex the right toes towards our face. If you have the flexibility to where your left heel is to the mat, I want you to engage your glutes so you're not dumping your weight into your hip flexors. If you need support of your hands, you can bring them to the mat. And if that left heel is lifted away from the mat, that's fine. This is a pretty intense stretch. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Use the support of your hands to travel all the way back to your mountain climber shape. From here, we're going to soften the knee, bring it to the mat, and now we're in a lizard pose. So we're going to turn our right toes out about 45 degrees and allow that right knee to come open. You can use the support of that right palm, bring it to the knee, guide the right leg just a little bit more open. Here we're going to twist. So we're going to drive that left hip flexor towards the mat as we gaze over that right shoulder. We'll take 4 deep breaths here. Inhale, we'll slowly unwind it to center. We're going to keep that right foot turned out. We'll actively press through the hands, tuck the left toes under. Inhale, lift. We're going to take a big step forward and come into a yogi squat. So big transition there. From here, just like in chair pose, the weight is in your heels, spine is nice and tall, and we're actively pressing our knees away from us to open up the insides of the thigh, the groin, and the hips. If it feels more comfortable to have dynamic movement, you can always find a little waddle side to side. That can feel better than a stagnant squat for some people. Just explore what feels good for your body. Then from here, we're going to readjust our feet so that all 10 toes are facing forward, and we're going to hop back to a high plank and vinyasa through. So high plank, exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And then from our downward dog, we're going to come into that hovering child's pose shape. Arms are going to stay extended. We're just going to lower our knees so they're hovering a few inches from the mat. See if you can really pack your lats in. And we'll take 3 deep breaths here. Be mindful of your neck here. Make sure you're not looking out in front of you. You want a nice long neck. We're going to take a big step forward with that left foot. It's going to come to the edge of your left palm. Nice strong back leg, active hands, active shoulders. So we extend the chest through and look forward. 3 deep breaths here in your mountain climber. Exhale, we'll spiral that right heel down this time. We're going to start to travel all the way over to that right foot, bending into the right knee and extending the left leg. So we're actively kicking through that left heel as we flex our toes towards our face. Weights in the heel, just like in yogi squat here. If you have the flexibility where your right heel is to the mat, see if you can engage your glutes so that you're not dumping your weight into your hip flexors. And we'll breathe. Hands to the mat if they're not there already. You can travel all the way back to the inside of that left foot. We'll soften that right knee. We'll turn our left toes out this time, left palm to the left knee, as we bring our right hip flexor closer towards the mat and twist. So gaze will come over that left shoulder. We'll take 4 deep breaths here. Inhale, we'll untwist to center. One more time, yogi squat, right toes tuck under. Inhale, big step forward. We'll sit. Press those knees away from you. 3 deep breaths here. From here, we'll just reach our hands behind us and support ourselves to the center of our mat seated. We're going to take a nice deep forward fold by extending our legs forward, flexing the toes towards the face here. To get nice and even on those sits bones, you're going to pull that fleshy part of your booty out from under you, and you'll find that you're more even when you do that. So we'll inhale, take those arms up. Moving from that nice tall spine, you're going to reach forward. And then if you have the flexibility, hands will come to the mat or somewhere on the leg. So that could look like your ankles or your shins. But instead of collapsing and rounding your spine, I want you to use wherever your hands are as a point to grab onto and to keep your spine nice and tall, and then fold. So it's like you're reaching forward with your chest and then bringing your body down. So maybe belly to the thighs or even chest to your legs. But here you're going to deepen your stretch when you do that, keeping the spine tall. And you should really feel this in your hamstrings, especially the more you keep extending through your heels and flexing those toes. Now I want you to draw your chin to the chest and roll all the way up. Exhale, shoulders are going to come onto the back and we'll do a little twist. So that right foot is going to come to the outside of that left thigh. You're going to keep that left leg active by really kicking through that left heel. So you want to engage that leg so much that your heel kind of lifts away from the mat. From here, we're going to take our left arm up. We're going to reach it around and hook that left arm around that right knee. You're going to actively draw that right knee towards your chest. You should feel a big stretch on the outside of that right hip. We're going to take that right arm behind us to keep the integrity in our spine nice and tall as we twist to our right. Inhale, we'll slowly unwind back to center and we'll go ahead and switch. So right leg will extend. That left foot's going to come to the outside of that right thigh. Actively kicking through that right leg, flexing the toes towards the face. We'll wrap that right arm around that left knee and guide that left knee closer towards our chest. This is also going to help you keep your spine tall. We'll reach that left arm behind us as we open up and twist. So try not to lean back. Be mindful of that right heel. See if you can keep the leg engaged. Inhale, you'll slowly unwind. We'll neutralize by taking a supportive forward fold. So we'll slide our heels closer towards us. Knees will bend, so it's like you're making a little ramp with those legs. Inhale, arms are going to come up. And exhale, you're just going to fold belly to the thighs as you relax your head and take 3 deep breaths. I really like this forward fold because I can really feel on my inhales that movement in the spine. Inhale, we'll roll all the way up. So now that our hip flexors are a little bit more warm, I'm going to show you a little bit a core exercise that's a little bit more challenging, and then show you a modification if that feels like it's too intense. So we're going to come into that low boat with the legs apart, but we're going to immediately bring our legs separated. And then from here, we're going to touch our right palm to our left foot. Bring that guy down and then switch. If that feels too intense, you can just stay in your low boat. Or if you want to work those obliques, your side core, you can anchor your boat and just work on touching. Inhale, coming up and touching over. Just make sure you're twisting all the way like you're wringing out a towel. That's where the work really comes in. But see if you can go 7 times on each side, with this being the most challenging expression. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. And we'll bring our feet down and come all the way down to our back. Go ahead and exhale, bring your knees all the way into the chest, flat back. Inhale, we're going to press our knees away from us. Exhale, knees towards our chest. Inhale, knees press away. Couple more times, exhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale, press. We're going to float our feet all the way to the mat. We're just going to windshield wipe our knees all the way over to our left, all the way to our right a few times. You can take your arms above the head or somewhere on the body. We'll bring our knees into our chest. Our legs will come together. We're going to bring our forehead to the knees. Squeeze yourself real tight. See if you can really press your low back into the mat as you squeeze. Inhale, get as full as you can. And hold that breath in as you squeeze the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let everything go. Because we did a lot of core work involving our hip flexors, I'm going to suggest Supta Baddha Konasana or butterfly on the back. So knees apart, feet bound. But of just coming into regular Shavasana with your legs splayed open towards the edges of the mat and your arms relaxed down, that's also always an option. Allow yourself a few moments or a few minutes if you have it to integrate your movement practice. Thank you all for tuning in this evening. I hope you enjoyed this lighter practice, a focus on that core. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Namaste.